it's blurring the line between, ladies and gentlemen, 2024 Toyota Crown Limited. Goes XLE, Limited, Nightshade, Platinum. This has an MSRP right around $47,000, but it has this added $400-ish for paint and another $3,500 for the advanced technology package. So it's right around $50K MSRP. This is now replacing the Toyota Avalon in the lineup. This is now their new flagship sedan. And it's essentially a lifted sedan. It has very similar ground clearance to a Toyota Camry, but it is a few inches taller. So if you want something that is essentially a sedan that's been CUV-ified a little bit, then this is the car for you. Styling going to be a little bit polarizing. I think it looks sharp. I like the wheels with the advanced technology package. It actually adds these 21-inch wheels up from the standard 19s. You also get the 360 cam with that package, as well as a few safety features like front cross traffic and the traffic jam assist, which actually works pretty well. The car weighs in just a little bit over 4,000 pounds in this trim, and it comes with a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated inline four-cylinder. It's a hybrid, and you're pushing out combined 236 horsepower. If you want more power, you can go up to Platinum, which is a 2.4 liter turbocharged hybrid with a 6-speed automatic with a wet clutch. This one is the ECVT with this engine configuration. That one is quite a bit more powerful at 340 horsepower, but that also has a combined MPG around 30. Quite a bit less than this, which is combined at 41. The Platinum also comes with extra goodies like adaptive dampers and such. This one does not have adaptive dampers, as you wouldn't really expect it in a car like this. 0 to 60, good for 7.2 seconds. And again, if you want more pep, the Platinum is rated at 5.1. But I don't think the target demographic for this vehicle is really looking for quick 0 to 60 times. Getting into the interior, we don't have this piano black, but we have something that's kind of similar. It's a little bit more gray with like a metallic flake in it. I think it's a step up from piano black. Admittedly, a small step up from piano black. The JBL speakers aren't the best, at least compared to something like the Mark Levinson upgraded audio in Lexus products. It's definitely a better rounded audio experience. This one's a little bit lacking in the bass. This is something that I also commented on the Crown Signia, which I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of how they've integrated. I mean, they have the two screens here and here, which makes sense, but the actual plastic pieces here in piano black, I don't think are gonna age as well, although they look okay right now, I suppose. Interior build quality is really nice. I mean, this is a Toyota, but you're really getting into the Lexus territory with the material quality, the build quality, the solidness of everything. It's a solid place to be. I do like the design of the wireless phone charger here, but the issue is that with a case on, with the iPhone 15 Pro, I believe this is, it will charge for a little bit and then cut out. So not a huge deal. I plug it in here, or you can take it out of the case, and it seems to work fine that way. You gotta love how the center console opens in either direction, which is a nice touch. And we have the physical cliff of climate control buttons. One thing that's kind of cool is this right here, which is called S-Flow, and it'll direct air only to the occupied seats. I think it's pretty cool. We have heated and ventilated seats, and I think that's about it. Let's see how she drives. We have the same transmission controls here as in the Prius and the other hybrid offerings from Toyota and Lexus. It's intuitive, it's easy to use. And the way I would describe this vehicle is essentially a grown-up, larger, heavier version of a Toyota Prius. I think what Toyota has done with their hybrid technology in the recent generations is really impressive. It is incredibly seamless as you go from the electric motors, which are on the rear, so you can get that on-demand all-wheel drive as needed, and using the four-cylinder, which powers the front wheels. So really seamless, not only on throttle, but also on braking. And earlier generations of hybrid technology, they weren't so seamless on either throttle or braking, but here, the regen braking and charging back up the battery, totally seamless, just like all of Toyota's and Lexus's recent hybrid technology. You do have an ECVT, so as you get on it, you're of course going to have that character, that Joni sound of holding a higher RPM, but I mean, for the most part, this is not a vehicle that you're pushing hard. It's quite softly sprung. And it's about 1,000 pounds heavier than the Toyota Camry, on which it's based on the same platform. But this feels much more premium, much more luxe. It has that floaty, soft, kind of premium heavy vehicle feel. Soft suspension, floats over these bumps. Not a car that you really want to push hard. But if you're going from point A to point B and you want to do so comfortably and safely and with the practicality, this car does make a lot of sense. And just driving around San Diego here, I've noticed in myself that I'm a lot more just at ease. I don't feel the need to drive the car fast to enjoy it. I can just drive slow, I can be in traffic, whatever. But it's very quiet, it's very comfortable, soaks up all the bumps and imperfections on the road. And even when you're driving at speed, 70, 80 miles an hour, the road noise, I mean, it's beautifully isolated as well. So it's essentially it's blurring the line between Toyota and Lexus, right? The Crown products are a little bit more premium than the standard Toyotas, and it does make a difference. But if you're looking for a dual personality vehicle, one that you can take to the canyons and push hard and have fun going to and from work, this is not really your car. This is definitely something that you're driving nice and easy, slow, comfortable cruiser. You can change the drive modes here, so I can put this into sport mode, and you're going to see the gauge cluster shift a little bit, and the throttle tip is adjusted, but it's not really changing the character of the car. It's still very much the same Crown underneath. Unlike some other vehicles where you change the different modes and they have adaptive dampers and different steering, and it really transforms the character of the vehicle. Here it is very much still a Crown. The enthusiast choice would of course be upgrading and spending extra for the upgraded powertrain, but I don't know, I feel like the target demographic, they're not going to care about that. They're not going to prioritize that for the extra what is it, $9,000 you need to spend. And I guess it depends on the packages and such, might be less than that with the options, maybe $6K more than this as currently spec'd. But that's just not what this car's about. It's not about ripping your face off with acceleration. It's about an upgraded Prius. It's really the best way to describe it. It's a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more luxurious, a little bit more premium than a current gen Prius, but the drivetrain feels very similar in not only just the interface, but with how smooth and seamless it behaves. You're getting some class-leading fuel efficiency. I mean, Toyota is really dominating the market with their hybrid technology at this point. And we talk about their whole philosophy of BEVs versus hybrids in that prior Toyota Prius video, so we're not going to rehash that here. Should also mention that the driving assist, the recent driving assist that Toyota has implemented in the Prius, in this car, in the TX that I drove recently as well, it is seamless. You have competent lane centering. It is pretty strict in terms of making sure you're paying attention with the little detectors here that make sure that your eyes are on the road. One thing that I like that's different about my CX-50 is if someone overtakes you and they are going faster than you, they're increasing the gap, it doesn't all of a sudden get on the brakes to slow down, because for that temporary period of time it is a shorter distance. I like that it's much more natural. They have calibrated it quite well. But my friends, let me know what you think of the 2024 Toyota Crown Limited with a comment down below. Much love, my friends, and I'll see you all in the next one.